Hi guys, it's me, Rusty78609 in Central Texas, USA, in my wonderful studio in my 26-foot RV. I have full-time RV and I've done it for 23 years. I know some of my subscribers are getting tired of hearing this introduction, but that's just the way it is because 70% of my views come from people that come here for the first time. And so I want them to know who I am, not that they care, because most of them never come back anyway. So, you're, you're probably wondering why some of you that have left comments, I haven't responded immediately like I usually do. Well, the reason is I had some personal business to tend to today, and I did do it. I got everything taken care of. And so just be patient for those of you that have left comments, and particularly those that are trying to help me with dog info and etc. And but anyway, I put Matilda out, my trash can, my garbage can. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. But be that as it may, there's a lot of comments here. And I will respond to them. And I just haven't got to them yet. And anyway, some of them are about me getting a puppy. And somebody made a comment about Georgetown, Texas, which that's where I was. I went through there on the way to Hearne, Texas. Why did I go to Hearne? I will tell you tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah. But be that as it may, it is right now 4:31 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it's been an interesting day. I got to see a lot of, I don't really like East Texas all that much. I lived out in Nacogdoches for a couple of years. There was a Ford dealership there I owned part interest in called was Tipton Billingsley, and then there was one in Nacogdoches and one in Lufkin. But now James Tipton's boy is running it, or was. He may have sold it by now. But anyway, East Texas is fine for me for a little while, but pretty soon all those old piney woods start to close in on my head a little bit. And but anyway, not much to say other than, we got a pretty good group. We really do. The subscribers that have been attracted to this mutual benefit club, I guess you'd call it, they're really helpful. I mean, I noticed that somebody will leave a comment and somebody will comment on the comment to provide information. And I think that's great. I mean, I think that's what life is sharing information and, helping the other guy. And it doesn't hurt to help people, okay? And, some people have the philosophy that no good deed goes unpunished. Something to think about. The other side of that coin is you can't help a man across the river without being there yourself. In other words, sometimes when you help somebody, it ends up benefiting you. So, we'll see how this works out. I got a lot of comments here, and I'm going to sit here for a minute and respond to them one at a time. But I did want to let you know that you are always on my mind. I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to, there's other questions I had too about getting a pet that occurred to me today. Because whenever I'm driving around my mind freezes up, not freezes up, but F-R-E-E, freeze up, it opens up a little bit because it's peaceful and I enjoy it. It occurred to me that if I got a puppy, the puppy doesn't know its name. I mean, you just don't walk outside and say, "Hey, Bill," and Bill runs up on the patio and sits. They don't do that. That occurred to me. That's one. Another thing that occurred to me, most puppies weren't born with a collar and a leash. So somehow they have to learn about wearing a collar or a whatever harness and a leash. You got to learn how to do the leash thing. I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that at all. I mean, where was I? I mean, I just assumed that whenever you bought a puppy, that when you got home, you said, "Come on, boy," and the dog would follow you wherever you went, just like a little trained mouse or whatever. They don't. They really don't. It occurred to me that when I was a kid, that they didn't. They had to learn. How they learned, I have no idea, because we certainly had no training methodology when I was a kid that I know of, other than finally, if they were starving, they would come get close to you and hope you give them some food. Anyway, so I'm still looking, still thinking, and but there's just so much. Not it's not a great deal. I mean, common sense would tell you that a puppy doesn't know its name. Common sense would tell you that. If I had any common sense, I would have known that. I've got common sense, but I never thought of that. And the leash thing, I see people walking their dogs on a leash. My son's got 2 dogs, and they're on a leash, and they go out for miles. He rides a bicycle. He's got a leash on each side for his dogs, and away they go. Well, guess what? They have to be trained to do that. So, anyway, it's been an interesting period in my life thinking about getting a pet. I got to tell you that. And I ain't give up. I mean, I'm still kind of the yin and the yang sort of thing. And I don't know if I'm yanging or yinning, but I'm doing something. So anyway, I mean, it's crazy, man. I'm 71 years old. You think I would have thought of all this stuff up front? You got to do. I could hear me explaining to my grandson if he was going to get a dog. Now, here's some of the things you need to think about, and I would leave out all of the most obvious, all of them. And anyway, having said all that and bored you to tears, the weather here is cloudy. We've got a little rain in the area. It's probably below 80 right now because of the rain in the area, but the seasons are changing in Central Texas, USA. I mean, it's this way every year when school starts, like the 1st of September in that area. Now it's a little before, but it rains, and after a few days or weeks it goes away, and then the temperature drops way down. Of course, the days are getting shorter, and by that I mean the sun is shining on the earth in our area of the world about a minute and a half less every day, as we go to the winter solstice, and that's really what changes the climate. And a lot of people don't realize the sun is closest to the earth in our winter. I mean, it is. And the reason it doesn't get any warmer is because the sunlight's only hitting us about maybe 8 or 9 hours a day in the winter, and in the summer it goes up to about 12. So that's a significant difference, and that's what causes that. But be that as, I know you wanted to know that too. I mean, I'm just full of it today, aren't I? But anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios. I did want to touch base with you. I mean, hang in there, subscribers. Both of you. I don't want to lose you. I ain't got none. Anyway, thumbs up, carpe diem, adios, bye-bye.